I have my piece that I'm going to be working with. Just a small piece of slate that broke off and just so happened to break off in a very nice arrowhead E shape. And I have this little, it's actually a cinder block, but I can use any rock that I find. And all I'm going to do is just start shaping this by rubbing it. As you can see, it does kind of work away at the rock. So that's basically what we're going to do. We're just going to sit here and grind this by hand. Till I get the shape that I'm looking for. So I've got the edges a little bit angled. What I really want to do is kind of make this a little bit smaller. So what I'm just going to do is lay it flat on the rock here and just rub it. Just try to grind that down a little bit. I want to get it a lot smoother, a lot smaller. It's looking pretty good though. Let's do this side. Nice. So I'm going to work that down a little bit. I get it all smooth, and then we can start working the edges again and kind of get this smaller. This is going to be pretty large right now. I don't need it nearly this big. It needs to really come down. I'm not sure if I want to hit it with a rock and try to chip it away right now. I think I'm going to wait until I get it a little bit thinner and a little bit smaller. And then maybe I can tap it with a rock and get rid of the large size that it is right now. But for now, we're just going to continue to I'm going to try to get it even. As you can see, that this side is not quite even. There's a spot right here that isn't grinding down. So we're going to have to continue on that. Well, we're getting there. So I'll continue and I'll get back with you guys later. There we go. It's starting to look pretty decent. Gonna have to maybe grind it down a little bit more, but for now that's good for now. I'm going to start working on the sides, and I need to start grinding it again. That's not too bad at all. So we're coming along pretty good with this. Continue on. I really need to make it a lot smaller if this is going to be like a usable arrowhead. But right now I'm just trying to get the idea behind it and try to figure out, you know, kind of work on this, that, and the others of it. That's not doing too bad. Now, this will be a perfect example of economically using tools that you have available to you. So if I were to grind this down and let's say take it off about right here and make an arrowhead out of it, then that's all it is an arrowhead. But if I leave it like this and I just sharpen it, now it is a knife. So I can make a knife out of this. And when I continually sharpen it, I can still use it as a knife until it gets so small that I can't use it as a knife. Then it becomes an arrowhead. Not before. So right now I have a nice beginnings to a knife. So I am going to continue to work this a little bit to get it sharpened. Then I'm going to find a stick that I can half it to. And once I get it onto the stick, then it is a knife. And I can use it as a cutting tool. Now, as I use it as a cutting tool, I will continue to sharpen this thing. So I will continue to sharpen this throughout my uses as a knife. And once I grind it down by sharpening it over time, then it ceases to be the knife and it becomes an arrowhead. That way I can use this to the best of its ability, and I don't have to continue to make just a small arrowhead about like that. So then that's all I can use it for, is just the arrowhead. But now it's a blade. And I don't know. I think I could, I don't know. I might be get that sharp enough so I actually shave with it, huh? I don't know. Ooh, that actually kind of maybe hurt a little bit. So, oh, there's some skin on there. Hey, it is sharp. Not quite sharp enough yet, but I will continue to grind this. I'm not going to grind it down anymore, but I'll continue to sharpen the edges. And hopefully I can find a nice solid piece of stick that I can use to make a handle for this, and then we'll see what we can do about making this into a knife. So let's continue sharpening this thing. So here's a stick that I was poking around the campfire with a couple nights ago, and I think this top part right here, I think this will work just fine for a handle. Yep, I think that'll work just fine. So I think I'll be able to cut this off about right here, and I think we'll use this stick. We'll attach it to this blade, and I'll have myself a nice little knife, and eventually it'll become an arrowhead down the road. Here's the piece of stick. Here's my little Browning. I'm gonna have to tighten up that screw. So let's just sit down and relax and take the bark off of this. Alright, so we're pretty close. That's pretty tight. I'm gonna have to get some glue and some sinew and tie this up pretty good, but this is a good start. This is gonna make a nice little cutting knife, and then once I use it long enough and sharpen it long enough, it will dwindle down into something smaller, and once it becomes something smaller, then it becomes an arrowhead. Thank you for watching Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, and enjoy the outdoors, even if it's just your own backyard.